Okay, we'll have to pick it up from there. I don't know what happened. I think I lost a signal. But what I was saying, Teresa says this in social media, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to know how Safeguard Property responds. Okay, now, and again, this is just my humble opinion. I have never met Teresa, but I am going to wager to guess, and we're going to talk compliance. We're going to talk more about this on Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. She's asking about mold, raw sewage, and how they will respond to certain scenarios. Number one, my gut feeling is this young lady is not properly licensed to address mold or raw sewage, because if she was, you would know raw sewage is a hazmat issue. We had to shut a Fannie Mae house down because in the basement they had dug into the sewage, the sewer pipe, and it was raw. It was opened sewer right there, and we had to call people in to deal with it. I don't know what state this young lady's in. I have no clue. I've seen her out there in social media before doing the same thing. So, why is this a problem for the industry? Why do I say that? Because the members of an organization are allowing people to do this, knowing it's against the law. It's that simple, folks. It is that simple. And that to me is customer service. If you can tell a customer no and honestly tell them, I'm sorry, I cannot do that. It's over my head. You need to bring in a different type of crew to handle this. If you can't be honest with your client and say that without fear of reprisal, you're an employee. You're not a business owner. You're an employee. And I say that with all due respect to everybody in the property preservation industry that wants to argue and belabor that point. The reality is the courts have made a ruling, and it all comes back to customer service. You are providing a service to a customer, and you have to be able, as a cognizant business owner, you have to be able to make a distinction. Can I put my employees at risk to satisfy my customer's need? Very tough dichotomy, and if you're not properly licensed to put that employee at risk, chances are your insurance isn't going to cover the service if it goes belly up. Always remember that, ladies and gentlemen. It'll always come back to that insurance. Yes, it will. Hey, speaking of insurance, we're going to talk a little bit about, I'm going to kind of interject a cannabis corner into Preservation Thursday as part of the Diversity in Business 101. And we'll talk a little bit about going over state lines. I mean, things are legal, but there's still rules, and there's a lot of rules dealing with the cannabis factor. MDG blogger, hey, of course, Over the Hills and Far Away, New England Boys Thanksgiving song is what that was. Thanksgiving right around the corner. And of course, a lot of people hang the tree. They start doing the Christmas tree on Thanksgiving. MDG blogger, she got How to Care for Your Christmas Trees up. Never too early to know about that. On GMO Tuesday, of course, MDG blogger, she's always there. She's a non-GMO girl, little cutie pie from the Keystone State. Going to talk a little labeling, the Farm Bill. Farm Bill is very big right now. And believe it or not, we got a guy that came from a suburban area, they say, has really drafted a pretty good farm bill. We're going to talk about the subsidies. I don't know if anybody realizes it or not, but holy Toledo, what we are subsidizing, our taxes are subsidizing the GMO world. How did Monsanto work that out? Tell me, ladies and gentlemen, whom do your elected officials represent? Come on, it's coming up time to vote for all them schmucks again. Whom do your elected officials represent? You got to ask yourself that. We're going to talk about that farm bill. Monsanto claims we're not a seed company. We're a data collection agency. Oh, give me a break. Give me a break. But we're going to talk about Ecuador, Argentina, the glyphosate issues going on down there and the cancer rates. How about some bad corn? Countries are sending it back. They don't want it. They don't want it. Aaron Brockovich, okay? They're fine. They're testing water. Aaron Brockovich, of course, became very famous for the water poisoning. I think it was by the electric company or something like that, PG&E, down in a place in Southern California many years ago. They don't name the chemical now. They just call it the Aaron Brockovich chemical. We'll talk about that too, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting out of here. It is Weekend Wrap. Weekend Wrap. Hope you had a great weekend. Let's have a good night. Let's all be safe out there. We'll see you on GMO Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen.